Oh, spoiler alert, cue the music, get the roses, and let's bring in our super fans. We have got one Sid Sixero and Nicole Servinas serving up all the juicy details from last night's episode in this morning's Bachelor recap. Good morning, friends. How goes it?
Morning, everyone. Nicole, you are a champion for being out in the cold on this, the most special of days, Groundhog Day. You're doing a great job. Everyone's doing a great job. Nicole's freezing out there. Shout out, Nicole. Doing a great job.
But Sid, according to Warrington Willie, it will be a short winter, so let's hope so. Okay, let's talk about last night's episode. I love the fact that it started with, and that's just me reading the notes, him taking out the toxicity, baby.
All right, well, Katie, listen, I'm jacked. Because Katie last week took Matt aside and said, listen, there's bullying going on in the house. You got to know about it. And Katie is like Arya Stark from Game of Thrones, who had a list of people to exact revenge on. And basically this entire episode was Matt taking care of business, speaking to Brittany about the bullying that was going on. Brittany was accused to be an escort. And then Nicole, the look on Anna's face when she realizes it's going down. This was one of the highlights of the season for me.
Oh, 100%. There was just immediate panic for her that she had got caught. And she tried to backpedal and say, you know, like, I took it back and I apologize. That's not what I mean. But Matt, I think, saw right through it and sent her right on home.
Yeah, and Queen Victoria, too. Bye-bye. Banished from the Bachelor Castle.
Well, and then, I mean, look, she's been kicked out of the royal family. She's out of the monarchy. She tricked me into liking her for a half a second. I regret admitting it publicly. I did kind of like Victoria for a moment. Then the new girls came in, and then the bullying was out of control. I don't want to see her on Bachelor in Paradise. I don't want to see her back for another season of The Bachelor. Nicole, I've had my fill with Victoria. I am done.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, what I will say, though, she said a lot of really mean, horrible things. But she committed to it to the very end. She didn't hug Matt. She said, you know what? Never dating another Matt ever again. I have totally said that before. And you know what? She said, I'm not doing this. I'm in the right. It's your loss. Stormed on out. I'm going to kind of miss the drama that she brought, though. I will say that.
Do I chalk this up to Groundhog Day? I don't recognize Sid Sixero today. Sid, at what point did you like Victoria? You wanted her off in episode 3. And by the way, do you know this franchise? She is going to end up on a spin-off show because of the fact that she stirs the pot. She's the human spatula.
Yeah, that's what producers do, Dina. You are a vet of this business like the rest. You know how this normally goes. But then, okay, so now the drama's done, right? And now we have some one-on-ones. I got to tell you, Rachael got she got the pretty woman treatment. They went shopping. She got everything she ever wanted. And then later on the one-on-one dinner, I mean, not only does Rachael say, I am falling in love with you, but Matt does something I never encourage any bachelor or bachelorette to do. You can't say it back. You're in the middle of the competition. You can't, Nicole, is it up to Matt not to say it in that moment? I disagree with saying it completely right there. Maybe later, but not there.
Too soon.
100%. I understand why she said it. I mean, she got a pair of Louboutin heels, but he had no reason to say it. It's way too early on in the season. And I think he's just a little bit smitten by her. I think it's just an infatuation at this point. It doesn't even really seem like they've gotten to really know each other, you know? Like, maybe that's just me or what we're seeing. But, yeah, I agreed with you, Sid. It's just too early.
Nick and Sid, it's lust and chemistry. I called her from day one. She cried when he said his prayer. And she's anybody who gets sent on those dates where they get a huge, like, jewelry, swag, whatever it is, they end up making it far. That's his way of saying, I got you, I like you, I want you to have these nice things. Oh, yeah, she's going far. Okay, let's talk about...
Dina and Nicole, I want to say something here, though, because I've seen enough. To go with what you're saying, Dina, I agree with you. I'm ready to call it here on February 2nd on BT. I think Rachel's winning the show. She's been lying in the weeds. She's been lying in the weeds most of the time. But Matt's known she's been there with the eye. I saw something last night. There was fire. I'm calling Rachel. I'm calling it. Rachel's winning the show. Lock it in. Lock in your bets.
Wow.
Okay, let's see. We'll watch and see. Kit, talk to us about what happened on that date. Apparently she did some home cooking.
Nicole, I'm not impressed. Are you impressed with Kit? I'm not impressed with Kit.
Oh, her.
You know what?
Just her story.
Yeah, her story's not that great. Her mom, of course, is a famous designer, and she says that she's had a hard time kind of growing up and trusting people. And most of the time she grew up, she loved spending time in the kitchen with her mom. So she was very happy that Matt had set aside that date or should I say producers, listened to her and set aside that date. But yeah, it's basic.
Okay, so
Yeah, I don't think she's sticking around. I don't think she's getting the fantasy suites. I don't think she's making it to that point. I don't think she's even getting
farm date,
hometowns.
guys. 30 seconds left. What happened on the farm?
Well, Matt's trying to shovel through the BS to get to the truth with some of these women, and so what better place to go than to a farm?
Yeah.
But the MJ drama at the end, Nicole, with forgive me, I forget who, Jesenia. The episode ended. Jesenia, the episode ended with those two going head to head. What's going to happen there, Nicole? Who's going to come out? I don't think MJ is long for this show.
I don't think so either. I think that he kind of sees through her, and I mean, she's getting caught in a bunch of lies. It's quite obvious. So I think Matt's a smart enough guy to kind of pick on and get that. So I think she's going to be sent home, and I would say that Jesenia is going to stay.
Guys, speaking of Matt and getting picked on, Diva wasn't wrong. Did you see how it was trending, and it still is a thing, where he kisses with his eyes slightly open? Do you remember Qbert? Do you remember Qbert? This is all I see when he kisses. It's
It is. It's true.
It's a weird
they're
thing.
Their face.
It's a weird thing.
That keeps happening. I'm concerned.
Who wants that? Who wants
They make
that?
it alive, guys.
Nobody.
I have so many questions for Matt. Whoever gets to talk to him, we won't address that. But oh well, let's do this again a week from today. Okay, friends? Have a good one.
Sounds good.
I'm great there.
Coming up next, we're going to protect our backs. Right, Dee? We need to protect our backs. Keep them strong.
You got
All
to
the
put your
snow
back
shoveling.
into it. Yeah, we're going to talk about back pain and mobility and get things going and keeping you, a little bit more safe in that sense. So
Don't
Coach
stop,
Ziggy
get it.
is joining us next. Look at that. We're not doing that. Don't worry.
Oh.
It'll be a little bit easier than that. That's
Yeah.
coming up next.